my first big one with them, that my girlfriend Naomi Allen, who went to school with me and danced and was in the group with me as well,
Yeah.
she basically like talked him into having me come as well, which was amazing because they flew us
Real
to
friends.
Trinidad, and that was like for Big Pimpin.
Sick.
Um,
You was
yeah,
in
give it to me, daddy, or something like that. I don't
I
know.
want to say kitty cat, but it's not that.
No, is there something that's like a red light?
Green
Stop,
light.
go.
I
Green
remember
light.
you in green light.
Yeah, those were the two I did. And
Sick.
so he gave me a song he was supposed to direct. Thank God I didn't, because it was like a highly sexual song, and the artist, something fell through, it didn't work out, but the artist was R. Kelly.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Thank you so much for being my guest today.
Of course.
So I just wanted to tell you, like, me and my sister grew up loving you, and like every music video, like I would like look for you more than the artist half the time, and I'd be like, "There's
That is so funny.
the talent." And
Where are you right now?
I live in London.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
Cool.
just grew up watching you and loving all like the American artists, and I was like, "Oh my! If I
Yeah.
was an artist, I'd want to be Sarah."
Oh, thank you. That's so
Welcome.
sweet.
So for everybody listening, Sarah was in videos such as Usher's "You Don't Have to Call," "My Boo," the intro. I love that one. Sierra's "Like a Boy," "Pretty Ricky,"
Mhm.
"Grind with Me," and the Yin Yang Twins "Whisper Song," plus a million others. I
Yeah.
grew up watching you in like every video from the early 2000s. Can you take us back to where you're from and how you first fell in love with dancing?
Well, I was born and raised in Toronto, Canada,
Wow.
and I guess music was just kind of um, a thing in our house. Like my parents are both immigrants. My mom was from Sweden, and my dad, who's Filipino and
Oh,
Russian, and came from Israel. But they were always really into like the pop,
yeah.
you know, top whatever was on the radio at the time. And I had an older sister, so of course that influenced me.
Yeah.
She was taking dance classes, but I was just over the top obsessed with it, making up performances. And so I kind of fell into it, the classes and the training, and
Yeah.
started to do really well. And my parents were just super supportive, and anything, I wanted to try all areas of dance. It was
Yeah.
like so then there's a performing arts school
Wow.
in Toronto that I tried out for. I don't know how my parents heard about it, because it's nowhere near where we live. um, and my sister taught me like a solo routine
Nice.
to and it was like hip hop. So I thought I was like killing it, and it's so funny because we remember the moves to this day. And I think it was probably just so different from what everyone else is doing,
Yeah.
like classical
Amazing.
ballet and all this
Yeah.
stuff, that they were like, oh, okay. And yeah, so I studied at that art school
Nice.
all the way into high school.
Mhm.
And it was like down, not almost kind of downtown Toronto, so for me, so I had to like take the train every day, and
Mhm.
lots of time to like daydream, and um you know picture myself being some kind of big star.
It
And
worked. It worked.
it just, I don't know why, but it was just always my tunnel vision. Like, started taking competitive classes,
Yeah.
and was just getting more serious about it. And my school taught other like folk dance and all kinds of forms of dance. So
Yeah.
I think I had a friend that lived down the street, and uh, her older sister was dancing for Mariah Carey, or just booked a
Whoa.
job somehow from New York. And I just knew that's what I wanted to do. Like that was it. And I think I was in college at the time, and I heard about an audition through a friend of a friend and just jumped on the Greyhound and went to New York, and literally by like fluke would just bump into people that were talking and, didn't know
Yeah.
much about the scene. There's agents and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And um it's just always been, I think, my love and passion for it,
Yeah.
m- mixed with the magical timing of meeting the right person on the train that's on
Yeah.
their way to a tryout, that, I'm like, well, I need to be there. So, and that hunger and that drive.
It's sick.
Um
What was
yeah.
your first big break as a dancer, and when did you realize you could really make a steady career out of it?
Um I guess, what was my first big break? Because being in the art school as a kid, like you were always introduced to like, oh, this artist, they have their own music scene. So this
Mhm.
artist wants to, use kids for this video,
Yeah.
or, you might do a commercial, or you might. So I was always kind of in the mix.
Mm.
Like my first big job, I think I was like 16 or 17, and it was just to dance in Hong Kong at like some big party event thing, but they were flying us all out there. That was like pretty major, just to be so young and away from my family for me.
Mhm.
But also around that time, or a couple years later, like the music video scene was getting pretty, or was popular, and there was a director from Toronto, Little X,
Yep.
that was working under Hype Williams, and he'd always talk about, I guess, the pretty girls in
Yep.
Toronto, and so they would always hire like a group of us to go do the videos. So my first big one with them, that my girlfriend Naomi Allen, who went to school with me and danced and was in the group with me as well,
Sick.
she basically like talked him into having me come as well, which was amazing because they flew us
Real
to
friend.
Trinidad, and that was like for Big Pimpin.
Sick.
Um,
You was in
yeah,
Pimpin.
interesting because they kept hiring us. Like we
Yeah.
built a relationship with the directors,
Yeah.
and Hype was always like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And so he actually uh, had what gave me like a choreography job, because I wanted to do choreography as well. I was
Yeah.
always like teaching and just doing stuff like that. So he gave me a song he was supposed to direct. Thank God I didn't, because it was like a highly sexual song, and the artist, something fell through, it didn't work out, but the artist was R. Kelly.
Whoa.
Yikes. And me and
Whoa.
Naomi laugh about that now, because we definitely were like going to go do that job, and something didn't work out, or they decided
Mm.
last minute to cancel. And being 19, like that just would have been all bad. So
Stop it. Were there any hardships you faced in your career regarding maybe people not believing in you in the beginning? And was dancing professionally always the only end goal for you? Or did you have like other dreams as a kid?
I liked performing in general.
Yeah.
Dancing was just came natural, but I did like acting stuff too,
Yeah.
and singing stuff, like musical theater stuff. So it kind of all,
Yeah. In
back in
the
the
mix.
day, it's like you
Yeah.
just did everything,
Hmm.
kind of like the J Lo factor, whatever gets you in the door. But I definitely was like, just obsessed with being some kind of star,
Yeah.
whether it was modeling, whatever it
Mhm.
was, the attention was in the Leo in me. But excuse me. But hardships, yeah, there's always hardships, like some pretty big ones. I remember thinking, like, what am I gonna do? Like the Toronto Raptors
Yeah.
just had the basketball team, and I thought like that was the end all be all to make it on the team there,
Yeah.
because there wasn't a lot of opportunities. Like there would be little things, but I was already doing all those jobs and had a
Mhm.
name for myself. So it was like I didn't really think bigger than Toronto at the time.
Yeah.
But there's always like it just moving to LA, I got pregnant pretty early, which was amazing
Yeah.
because I did the Usher tour and met my daughter's father there. So that gave me like a little pause. He was a choreographer. So that gave me a little pause. Then I went back home to Canada,
Yeah.
had her, came right back. So the hardships were just not having family, but juggling her and still my
Yeah.
dream. And she was such a trooper. She'd just come with me, and people that knew me just knew she's coming with the package, and she'd have her little Cheerios. So just not having family like for little stuff like that was challenging, but it was not at all like a bad thing. It just kind of made me work harder, if anything. And there's always like, you'll go for 10 auditions in a week.
Wow.
And you may, not get anything. So you just learn to kind of, even though something's exciting, you just learn to not really take it too seriously, and what's meant to be will come to you.
I agree. Amazing. Some of my favorite videos from you, like I said earlier, were Usher's My Boo intro, The Dream Shorty is a 10, Sierra's Like a Boy. Were you in a Beyonce video?
I did Get Me Bodied, I think,
Nice.
with her. Yeah.
I was so looking
That
for
was
that.
pretty cool. It was interesting because at the time we were still labeled as like Usher's dancers, and Beyonce was obviously doing her thing. When she came out, she was all about like, they were always looking for thick girls. They wanted big girls, and like she was really one of the few artists that were like embracing that. And I know I was maybe like 2 pounds at the time, so I was never fitting, and they were never sending me on those auditions. But that one video, she had done a whole slew of videos, I think. And then there was another song. Are you a Beyonce fan?
Love Beyonce.
Okay. Maybe you'll know, I don't even remember the song, like, there's so many, but where she's like in the black point shoes.
Black point shoes.
And it's like, we kind of looked like, oh God. And we had the slick back hair, and it was like that music, that old music video they were inspired by, that dang it.
Gosh,
I
I
need
don't know
see, if
either.
we were on the computer, I could just Google it. It was like Give It to Me Daddy or something like that. I don't
I
know.
want to say Kitty Cat, but it's not that.
No. Is there something that's like a red light? Stop.
Green Light.
Go.
I
Green
remember
Light.
you in Green Light.
Yeah. Those were the 2 I did. An HBO special with Usher in Puerto Rico.
That's so sick. How did it feel getting the call to be in those videos? And what's your favorite video that you've ever been in?
To get the call is always exciting. Like any job, it's the best feeling in the world. Even if it's just like, because you mentally prepare yourself. No, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to worry about it. And then it's like, oh, you're on hold, or you got the job. But you never really, with the business, things always fall through. So until you're like at rehearsal,
on the set,
really. But even in that, you don't know if you're going to be like what your part is. If you're going to sit in the back, if you're going to get cut. So, but it's all super exciting. But my favorite video, I have to say, just because I had the opportunity to be the singer and the dancer, was Friend Lover. Was a lot of fun to do.
Yes, that was Electrik Red, right?
Yeah, Electrik Red's Friend Lover.
Right, I've got questions for you about Electrik Red soon.
Okay.
So, how was dancing on tour with Usher? And what would you say was the main difference between video shoot dancing and dancing on tours?
Video shoot dancing and dancing on tour is everything you want, because it's, you're it's not a gig. You have a consistent paycheck. So that's definitely the goal, because you're not just trying to figure out, okay, where am I going to get my next check from? Or but it's very different, because obviously being around, the same group of people, you end up kind of forming some great relationships, and even just with not just the dancers, band, production. It's kind of like a family, and it's for a short amount of time,
Yeah.
so everyone just kind of makes the best of it, and being able to like go to different cities, maybe see family or friends, check out the malls, like,
Sick.
or check out any kind of monuments in that city, like that part is
Yeah.
super fun, just being able to travel
Yes.
and do what you love.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, that is the dream. And then the video stuff, you get to go and get pampered, and and sit in the hair and makeup chair, and everyone's always worried about who's going to do their makeup, like, oh, I want her to do my makeup or hair. Sometimes a lot of times you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, I hear that.
The wardrobe, the fitting, like depending on the budget,
Yeah.
it could be a really cool experience, for sure.
Like you mentioned, you have a great friendship with fellow dancer Naomi Allen, and it's so
Mhm.
beautiful to see you two so close. I would always watch you guys as like YouTube clips of you dancing in the car. I'm telling you, me and my sister were obsessed with you. Like,
Really?
and you had like your daughter Phoenix dancing with you in like the car
Yeah.
park. Me and my sister used to watch these all the time.
Yeah.
Break it down, Phoenix, break it on down. It's your birthday, get it, girls. It's your birthday, get it, girls. Hey!
It's so crazy. We tried to pitch like TV shows, but it was just kind of, I think we were a little bit ahead of our time.
Yeah. Oh man, did you
Like,
say you met in school?
oh yeah, Naomi's little brother and my little brother were really good friends, and they played hockey together, and they ended up going to performing arts school together as well. But all through like fourth grade to eighth grade, she's a year younger than me.
Ah.
We did not bang with each other. Like, we did not like each other. She was kind of snobby. She thought she was the shit. I remember in high school, she'd always wear the tiniest little outfits and have red lipstick at like 9 a.m. And I just remember like thinking like, oh, what a mess. That girl's a mess. And then one day, kids can be mean. Her little group of friends, she got in a fight with them, and I was like, well, I guess you could hang with us. And I just kind of took her under my wing and never let go.
Don't stop, baby. Don't stop, man. Don't stop, baby. Don't stop, man. I like the way that you move, you know how I started, you killing them hard with them lady things. Simple elegance, that when you dance, chest to the sun with the.
That is so sick. What would you say you would attest to you two staying best friends for so long, especially in today's age?
We just know we're not disposable. Like, that's not an option. Sometimes you meet people, and aside from me knowing where all the bodies are buried and those deep dark secrets, outside of that, no, she's just honestly, because we grew up so young together, she's just an extended family. She's just as close to my siblings and parents, and I was with her mom and family, and she's just always been a genuine person. And sometimes you meet people and you have disagreements or fallouts, and it's not worth it to fix it, the energy, and it's like, or someone does you wrong, like, I can't say she's ever done anything intentionally, or even when people do it on accident, sometimes they're like, no, I'm not messing with that girl. But it's never been that bad for us to have to go separate ways. So
beautiful, man.
It's like an unconditional thing,
I love it. I've got a best friend like that, just no matter what, ride or die.
Yeah.
The haters don't take days off, so why should we?
So you girls were also in Electrik Red together with a few other dancers. I think I remember, was it Leslie and Binky?
Yeah.
And was there any more?
Leslie and Binky is the four of us.
Yeah, I get it. How did that girl group initially come about, and would you guys get back together, or why did you guys stop singing?
Well, Leslie and Binky were a part of a group originally,
Ah.
looking for another member because their original member had backed out.
Mhm.
And so they already had some music they had worked on, and I was dancing on tour with Usher with them.
Mhm.
So Naomi and I actually had a group in Toronto before that we were trying to get going,
Yeah.
and so I said I would be interested, but Naomi would have to be a part of it too. So she was transitioning Toronto to LA. I
Yep.
think we met up and they were like, okay, like she can actually sing, like so we just meshed really well, the personalities, which
Yeah.
was great. And we were just on our grind, like doing our little gigs on the side, but then
Yeah.
outside of that, going to studios, like meetings. And it was hard because being dancers, people weren't going to take us or didn't take us as serious.
Yeah.
We knew we had to get the music right before we presented it to people because we knew everyone. We were super close, like had relationships with people, but we didn't want, like, we had to prove ourselves and not
Yeah.
have it just be a favor or
Yes.
anything like that. So it was definitely a couple years before we had created music that we were proud of to present.
Yeah. Let's get back together. Reunion anytime soon?
Yeah, I think we're all open to it. Like we discuss it every now and then, but it's just challenging with everybody in their careers and
Yeah.
hustling. And at the time, like what it took to create what we created was in order to be successful, the tunnel vision, like it's not, you're not just one person controlling your future, it's four. And
Yep.
making those schedules fit. So Naomi has kids now, my kids are grown. So the conversation is definitely come up, but I think for us we're still really really close, like, and
Amazing.
which is great. So it's nothing, who knows, maybe in the future.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Really ask, what do you think has changed in terms of video girls not really being as iconic as they used to be? I like you, Naomi, and Melissa Ford. Like you guys had an era where you were practically your own separate entity. I was as interested in you as I was in the artist. So what do you think has shifted?
Right. I think just technology has shifted. People aren't watching as many music videos. Now we've seen a shift onto YouTube and Instagram. And
Yeah.
so whereas before, that was all we had to watch. And now we have, all the other media and mediums to use. So I think, you have your own, what are they, like Instagram models that people follow, or people that are kind of famous just for whether it's TikTok
Yep.
dances, or there's a whole nother world of those people that are just so accessible.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's different. Like even my girls now, they'll talk about, oh, this one or that one, that I have no idea. I don't spend a lot of time on it like that, but those girls are getting paid just like they were doing a music video for a post or this or that.
Yeah.
So it's just a different time, and
Yeah.
you gotta like grow with the times.
I hear you. So regarding your career now, I always see your beautiful interior decorating on Instagram. Can you tell us a bit more about your other passions and what else you've been up to since?
Oh gosh, I mean, over the years, I've loved drawing as well. So
Mhm.
I just, anything creative, get my rocks off. So with the designing stuff, when I met my husband, he would always just have me like do his office space,
Nice.
or if we moved to one home to another, like I moved from coast to coast, and it was just something I really enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
And then people would be like, oh, that looks cool, can you do my home, or can you do my office? And
Sick.
that it just kind of more doors open that way. Before I was like, well, maybe there's something here that I should explore. So I didn't study it traditionally, but I'm learning that, I have a lot of respect for the business. A lot of people don't really care. They just, they just need help
Yeah.
getting things together, and
Yeah.
wherever I can help, I've just kind of been doing that. Yeah.
Nice. So thank you so much, Sarah, for your time and
No
sharing
problem.
this incredible story with me.
I was late.
Seriously, ever since I saw you, you just captivated like the nation on TV. And my last
Wow, the nation. Those are big words.
and like
I'll
even
take
if my friends don't know your name, they know your face.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
Aw.
your face. So it's incredible. My last question for you is, as an original superstar dancer and video girl of the golden era, you're now interior decorating and you've got your beautiful family. What does it mean to you to truly give your all or nothing?
Give your all or nothing.
Yeah.
It means everything. It's, that's your legacy. That's in order to become successful in anything. I was just having this conversation, which is why I was a little bit late. I was working out with my daughter, and she was like, "Oh, I have a headache," and kind of walked off. And I was trying to explain to her, like, you can't quit. You got to give it your all. Life is always going to throw obstacles at you, and the magic is embracing that uncomfortableness,
Yeah.
and
Pushing through.
and we all have those fears in our brain, but just understanding that you have the control to just shut it off like a light switch
Yeah.
and not give it any energy and push through. And I think that is what's most important. You'll be successful in any areas, whatever you want to pursue, and it's never too late to explore a new dream.
Never.
The only person you're battling is really yourself and your brain, and you got to just, follow your heart. And
Amazing. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your time.
You.
And I wish you the blossoming business and all the best. Stay safe with the
Thank
COVID-19.
you so much. What time is it there?
It is 9:39.
Oh, okay. Not so bad.
Not
Let
too
me
bad.
show you how. Oh, you can't see because my background. I just get like I'm new to. Hold on. Let's see. Nope. Oh. So you can see what it looks like in California.
Oh, don't make me jealous. Is it super hot?
Yes.
What? Sarah, that is gorgeous. The house is gorgeous.
Beautiful and sunny.
All right, when I come to LA, I'm going to hit you up because, I've always wanted to meet you. I wish this interview was done in person because I was like, I have to meet Sarah and she has to get the flowers in person.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for this. No one's ever been interested in.
No way. Somebody's asked you for an interview before, haven't they?
I mean, yeah, it's been a long time though. So it's very sweet of you. You just made me feel important. I think face today when they try to laugh at me when I try to do the TikTok dance.
Once you can dance, you can never lose it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'll let you go and enjoy your sunny day.